This is our Ansible server, right? And here, oh, I'm not good in drawing, right? Change the color, blue, right? And here we have, for example, our machine or our node. You call it whatever you want, right? And then I want to create a communication or an SSH connection between this Ansible server and this node, right? What I must do. So the default way is to generate SSH keys, right? Via command SSH fusion -t -a, right? Then when I generate this keys, right, I will have two keys. I have private key that I have to save it and maintain it and do not show it to anyone, right? And they have a public key, right? And what I have to do to this public key, I have to copy it here, right? I have to copy it here in the copy public key of the Ansible server to the node 2, right? In the -ssh, right? Authorized keys, right? And use that private key and communicate with this node, right? So this is what we are going to achieve here. The same thing. We are going to generate keys here, SSH keys, and copy them to our instance that we want to have control over them, right? So to generate that keys, we use the command SSH fusion -t eras a. It's enter, right? And now let me check my current directory. If I try to list content -le, the E show the hide directories, right? So go to the ssh list that, and here we have two keys. We have private key and the public key. This public key that we are going to paste in the node that we want to have control over it, right? And it will clear. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to launch the instance that we will use in our Kubernetes cluster, right? We have the master node and the worker node. The worker node, or sorry, the master node, we will create it within our private subnet, right? Because we don't want anyone to access to it, right? For a security reason. We will access to it only throughout Ansible and the patient instance. So let me go here, right, and launch two instances, or I will launch each instance alone because I want them to reside in different subnets. And go to my VPC, then to private subnet, right, and then add a tag, and they will call it name the master, right, and then for the security group, I will create new one and call it DS security group kubernetes security group add role. Here by default I will open all the ports, right, all the traffic, because I cannot remember very well the port that this master node will listen on it, because once we will create a master node, right, and when we will like to join our worker node to the cluster, we have to specify the IP address, the private IP address of our master node, IP address if they reside in the same VPC or in the same region in the same VPC. But what if we have two VPCs in different? You have to pay attention for this. What I will mention. But what if, for example, if I have a master node in the organ region, right, within a VPC, and they have another worker node or another EC2 instance as a worker node in the Paris region, and they want to join this worker node that reside in Paris region to the cluster that I have in the organ region. There are two ways. Either you can use the public IP address of the master node, but in this case, our master node is reside within private subnet. So what is the best solution for that? The best solution for that is try to create a peering connection between the two regions and between the two VPCs where our both of instance resides, one in the Paris region and the other one in the Oregon region. You can come back to my previous videos, but I will let you the link in the right top corner or in the description link where I showed you how to create a VPC peering connection between two regions, right? Between two VPCs if we want to communicate or let our instance to communicate with each other in a security way in a private tunnel. I will review and launch. Oh, sorry, the source it will be anyone, right? Or I have to communicate only I want to the instance that are my VPC, right? Then I will launch prepare and launch instance. I will I will I will I will give you an issue, and I want you to stop the video